don't just want the news, they want the truth. What others hide, I bring to you with evidence. Politics, corruption, human rights. No filters, no fear, just facts. I don't stop until the system shakes. This is Trending Daily and I'm Makhdhoom Shahabudin. Today we are looking at a rapidly developing situation between Pakistan and Afghanistan, where tensions have once again intensified following fresh allegations from the Afghan Taliban. But as always, the key question is not just what is being said, but what is actually happening on the ground. In the last 24 hours, the Afghan Taliban has claimed that Pakistan violated a temporary ceasefire linked to the suspension of Operation Ghazab-ul-Haq. These claims have quickly circulated across media platforms, creating confusion and raising concerns about a possible breakdown of the already fragile pause in hostilities. However, Pakistan has responded swiftly and firmly. According to Pakistan's Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, these allegations are not only false but ridiculous, with absolutely no evidence to support them. Officials have categorically rejected the claim of any ceasefire violation, maintaining that Pakistan has fully respected the temporary suspension of operations. This is a critical point because the pause in Operation Ghazab-ul-Haq was not accidental. It was not forced. And it was certainly not a sign of weakness. It was a calculated and deliberate goodwill gesture by Pakistan aimed at creating space for de-escalation during an important religious period. The ceasefire was announced specifically in the context of Eid-ul-Fitr, a time that holds deep spiritual and social significance across the Muslim world. Pakistan's leadership made a conscious decision to temporarily halt operations in order to promote calm, reduce tensions, and allow an opportunity for peace. But here's what makes this situation more complex. According to official statements, this decision was not taken in isolation. It came after requests from key friendly countries including Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Qatar. These countries, recognizing the sensitivity of the moment, encouraged a pause in hostilities to prevent further escalation. Pakistan responded positively. Information Minister Ataullah Tarar confirmed that the suspension of operations was carried out in coordination with these partners to support regional stability. This was diplomacy in action. This was responsibility in action. And yet, despite this goodwill gesture, allegations have now emerged from the Afghan side accusing Pakistan of violating the ceasefire. Pakistan's response to this is clear. These claims are baseless, misleading, and part of larger propaganda effort. Officials in Islamabad have raised serious concerns about the intent behind such statements. According to them, these narratives may be designed to justify ongoing militant activities or to shift attention away from internal issues within the Afghan Taliban structure. This is not just speculation. There is growing concern that elements within the Afghan setup may be using misinformation as a tool either to manage internal dissent or to create a victim narrative that resonates internationally. Pakistan has made one thing absolutely clear: misrepresenting facts will not change ground realities. And what are those ground realities? The reality is that cross-border threats still exist. The reality is that militant networks continue to operate near the frontier. And the reality is that Pakistan has consistently acted in response to these threats, not out of aggression, but out of necessity. Security officials emphasize that every action taken by Pakistan has been rooted in self-defense and aligned with international norms. This is not a country seeking conflict. This is a country responding to repeated security challenges. At the same time, Pakistan has also issued a clear warning. The temporary suspension of Operation Ghazab-ul-Haq is just that, a temporary pause. It is expected to remain in place until the early hours of March 24th. After that, the situation will be reassessed based on developments on the ground. And here is where the message becomes very direct. If cross-border attacks or terrorist activities resume after this pause, Pakistan will respond, and it will respond decisively. This is not escalation. This is deterrence. It is also important to understand the timing of the Afghan allegations. These claims have emerged during a sensitive pause period that was specifically intended to build trust and reduce tensions. Instead of contributing to de-escalation, such narratives risk undermining diplomatic efforts and pushing the situation back toward confrontation. This is why analysts are closely examining not just the claims themselves, but the timing and context in which they are being made. Another critical dimension of the situation is the role of media and digital platforms. Coordinated campaigns have been observed spreading selective clips, unverified claims, and emotionally charged content. These are not neutral information flows. They are designed to shape perception, influence opinion, and create a specific narrative. This is where viewers must be very careful, because in today's information environment, not everything that goes viral is factual, and not every claim that is repeated is verified. Pakistan has emphasized the importance of separating facts from propaganda. Verified information indicates that Pakistan's actions remain defensive, targeted, and focused on protecting its citizens and borders. The objective is not confrontation, it is stability. Pakistan has also reiterated that it prefers dialogue over conflict. Officials have consistently stated that peaceful coexistence with Afghanistan is in the interest of both countries. But peace cannot be one-sided. Peace requires responsibility from both sides. No country in the world can be expected to tolerate attacks on its soil while being asked to remain silent. When security responses are carried out, they are often portrayed as aggression, but in reality, they are responses to ongoing threats. This distinction matters because without understanding this, it becomes easy to misinterpret defensive actions as escalation. The international community has also weighed in on this issue. There is a broad consensus that Afghanistan must not become a safe haven for militant groups. This is not a demand made by Pakistan alone. It is a global expectation. Countries across the world recognize that unchecked militant activity in one region can have far-reaching consequences. Stability in Afghanistan is not just a regional concern, it is an international priority. Looking ahead, the path forward is clear, even if it is not easy. Cooperation is the only sustainable solution. Intelligence sharing, border coordination, and concrete action against militant networks can significantly reduce tensions. But for this to happen, there must be honesty, transparency, and a commitment to facts. Propaganda cannot build peace. Denial cannot solve security challenges, and misinformation cannot replace reality. As the March 24 deadline approaches, all eyes are on how the situation evolves. Will this temporary pause lead to meaningful engagement, or will it be followed by renewed tensions? That decision will depend on actions, not words. For now, Pakistan's message remains firm and consistent. The ceasefire has not been violated. The allegations are baseless, and any attempt to distort facts will not change the situation on the ground. Pakistan remains committed to peace, but it will not compromise on national security. It has shown restraint when necessary, and it has acted when required. This is not contradiction. This is strategy. Because in a region as complex as this, maintaining balance between peace and security is not just important, it is essential. And as this situation continues to unfold, one thing becomes increasingly very clear. Facts matter. And in the long run, facts are what define reality. You were watching Trending Daily. This is your host, Makhdhoom Shahabudin. See you in the next episode.